The passing of yet another NASA scientist has resurfaced as the list of chilling disappearances and mysterious deaths of those with ties to America's space and nuclear secrets grows longer. The disturbing cases have since sent internet sleuths into a frenzy, searching for answers about the unsettling pattern. Here's what to know.
Look how many
Michael David Hicks,
dying.
who worked at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Flint Ridge, California, as a research assistant, passed away at the age of 59 in July of 2023. However, there's no public cause of death or autopsy for Hicks' passing, nor any mention of how he died in his obituary, although it does ask for donations in his memory to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. Hicks's death is just one in a web of concerning deaths and disappearances of NASA scientists and
Look at this shit, y'all. All these scientists missing, dead, missing, dead, missing. Like how? What is going on?
individuals with ties to U.S. space secrets. 3 other scientists with ties to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, or JPL, have either gone missing or died over the past few years, even as recently as February. On February 16, 2026, renowned astrophysicist Carl Grillmeyer, who worked on NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, was suddenly and shockingly shot dead on the porch of his home in California. His shooter, Freddie Snyder, was arrested and is currently in jail. However, a clear motive has yet to be established. Another researcher at NASA's JPL, Frank Mywald, died in July 2024 at the age of 61. Like Hicks, there's little to no public information about how he died. JPL's former newly appointed director of its materials processing group, Monica Reza, mysteriously went missing in June of 2025.
This shit is crazy. Look at this shit. These motherfuckers just getting knocked off in mysterious ways and going missing and dying. And we just watched the reaction the other day with the daughter and the mama, how they was killing people with the shit off Amazon. Did I drop that video already? Was that members only? Or was that? No, that was Tuesday, right? That was Tuesday. Yeah. That was Tuesday night. Man, how they was killing people with them goddamn seeds, little plant seeds and shit. Crazy.
While hiking with friends in the Angeles National Forest in California, and hasn't been seen since. Reza's research in materials science was funded by the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Base in Ohio, which is long rumored to hold extraterrestrial debris tied to the famous 1947 Roswell crash.
Roswell shit.
The Air Force Research Lab was headed up by retired Air Force General William McCaslin, who also has shockingly gone missing. McCaslin mysteriously vanished on February 27, 2026, from his Albuquerque, New Mexico home, along with a pair of hiking boots and a .38 caliber revolver.
So he had a gun, and he's still missing. What do y'all think is happening to these niggas, man? They were fucking with the aliens, bruh. Not saying that's what I think happened, but I'm saying that's what they was doing. You know what I mean? They was in a department that was over the Roswell shit. They know all the aliens, quote unquote alien secrets. Do y'all think aliens came and got these niggas? Or do y'all think they got some information that they don't want to come out on these niggas? Like, I don't know.
McCaslin was also the former research commander at Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, which works closely on national security projects with Los Alamos National Laboratory, famous for developing nuclear weapons during the Manhattan Project. In June of 2025, 2 workers from Los Alamos, Anthony Chavez and Melissa Casillas, vanished from their homes in eerily similar circumstances. Chavez, age 79, was last seen leaving his New Mexico home on foot, leaving behind his car, wallet, phone, and keys. Casillas, age 54, was last seen on camera walking alone on a highway, also without her wallet, phone, or keys, after telling
What? So they all doing this shit. They leaving their wallet, their phones. One of the niggas took a gun, went missing. She got a backpack. The other nigga had a backpack. Where are they going? Where are they going? They're going somewhere because they got a backpack. I'm leaving my phone behind. I'm leaving my keys behind, but I'm taking a big ass backpack. So obviously there is somewhere that I am going. Off the grid.
family members she would be working from home, Dateline reported. As of now, no federal agency has publicly acknowledged any connection between these cases, but skeptics and believers alike are asking the same question. When does a pattern stop simply being a coincidence?
39-year-old Matthew Sullivan. He died of an accidental drug overdose in 2024, just weeks before he was scheduled to be interviewed by lawmakers about UFOs.
See? It's all the niggas who over the fucking aliens.
Sullivan was reportedly a colleague of David Grush. Grush is the former Air Force intelligence officer turned whistleblower, and Grush claims the U.S. government has a top-secret program working to reverse engineer spacecraft of non-human origin. During his first network television interview right here on this show, Grush told me that he felt he was being threatened for blowing the whistle.
I had some unique things happen in my personal life that, were some of the causal factors for me to file a complaint, some things that my wife and I had noticed, some intimidation.
So is it possible that that's what happened to Matthew Sullivan? And what about the other missing scientists who held high security clearances and who all either died or mysteriously disappeared? Our next guests have some unique insight. Joining us is University of Albany physics professor Matthew Zhadagas. He's a physicist focused on dark matter and UFO research. Also joining us is veteran television producer and author Miguel Sancho. His new book, Evidence of the Extraordinary, takes readers inside UFO.
Bro, see, I'm not one of those big on UFOs and alien people. I know it's people out there that loves that type of shit. That's big on UFOs and extraterrestrial shit going on. That's not me, but this is interesting. And I'm just tripping off it. Like, damn, the fact that they're doing this shit like in plain sight. Like, it's not like y'all knocking one person here off every 10 years. You niggas is doing it back to back to back to back and fast. Let's get him out the way. Heart attack, accidental death, missing, heart attack, and they all from the same department. It's like, bro, if y'all making it too obvious. Y'all, okay, what are you trying to cover up, though? I don't know. Somebody fill us in who's hip to this. I'm late to the party. What do y'all feel they're trying to cover up for those of you who have been following this? Catch me up. Catch me up on game. Catch us all up on game who late to the party.
Investigations. Great to have you both with us. Miguel, I'm going to start with you because you just spoke with David Grush about the Matthew Sullivan case. David Grush knew Matthew Sullivan. Does he think anything fishy happened here, that this should be investigated?
Well, it's been good to see you, and thank you so much for having me. I know David Grush professionally. We're not best of friends, but we've stayed in touch ever since he gave that interview to News Nation through Ross Coulthard, as you know. And I reached out to him today and just had a relatively brief chat asking him, if anything, what he knows about Matthew Sullivan. He confirmed that they were close friends. There's been, as you know, some discussion about exactly what the nature and extent of their relationship was. But he said he is being very cautious, as is his nature. He's a very cautious, very discreet.
All right, I want to find something a little more interesting, though. I need a breakdown.
One of the scientists that came out and said they thought that they were being threatened and stalked. We've heard that from multiple cases.
What could be the reason why 11 NASA and nuclear scientists have been mysteriously going missing or dying? We're going to break down the evidence and piece it together using forensic psychology to find out. So now, let's get started.
Everyone has a bit of a mystery to their passing, and people are wondering, with the very similar backgrounds, extremely bright people, extremely successful people, extremely valuable people, is this all related?
UFO expert disappeared from his home on February 27th.
First, William Neal McCaslin, age 68, is a retired U.S. Air Force Major General and former commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory.
General McCaslin, for example, is someone that we had reached out to twice to try to get some answers from. He is someone who is a critical role in working for the Air Force.
Look at the glasses on this nigga, man. What type of glasses are those, brother? God damn, you can see the moon and the stars with that motherfucker. God damn, you can see what's inside the moon with them motherfuckers on.
Force, particularly when it came to research, he was the one that oversaw a lot of this advanced research. He was someone that was very difficult to get a hold of. We reached out to him twice, and then he just mysteriously disappeared.
He mysteriously vanished from his home in Albuquerque, New Mexico on February 27th, 2026, within just a 1-hour window while his wife was out for an appointment.
My husband is missing.
Okay.
And it's been about 3 hours, and I have some indication that he must have planned not to be found. He's left his phone. He changed his clothes into I don't know what. I think he's on foot. All of our cars and bicycles are in the garage. I left for a doctor's appointment at about 11:10, and he was here at that time at the house. And I got back from that at noon, and he was gone. He turned it off and left it behind, which seems kind of deliberate because he's always got his phone.
Has he ever done this before?
Never. Nothing even remotely like it. He's a retired Air Force Major General. He's very responsible.
He left behind his phone, his smartwatch, his eyeglasses.
His wife didn't know if any guns were missing from his gun safe, but officials from the sheriff's office later reported that he was missing a revolver. He didn't take his phone, didn't take his wallet, nothing that he would need, not his glasses.
He wouldn't commonly hike with a weapon on him.
Some people think, well, maybe he was trying to end it for himself, and that's what it was. Well, he hasn't been found yet. If someone sadly decided to do that in a more remote place, why wouldn't they bring their glasses to see where they're going? And also, why hasn't their body been found yet? A person without their glasses and their smartphone isn't going to make it very far typically, unless it's a very specific situation where there's an actual plan in place, whether it's his plan or maybe some other person or group's plan in place for him.
McCaslin was also the former research commander at Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, which works closely on national security projects with Los Alamos National Laboratory, famous for developing nuclear weapons during the Manhattan Project.
The 68-year-old general didn't take his car, didn't take his bike, didn't take anything like that. So therefore, to make it out of that area, provided he just didn't take public transportation to Mexico or something, he probably would have had to meet up with somebody. The question remains is, who did he meet up with for him to just magically disappear?
JPL's former...
All these niggas gotta be, they gotta be like, because they all leaving in the same fashion, the people that's going missing. They leaving their shit behind and getting on. But they're not, their body's not being found, so they're not going somewhere to commit suicide. It's like, nigga, what do y'all think is happening, bro? Look how many of them, though. Like, look how many. Y'all saw that timeline? It's like 12 of them niggas. Damn.
Newly appointed director of its materials processing group, Monica Reza, mysteriously went missing in June of 2025 while hiking with friends in the Angeles National Forest in California, and hasn't been seen since.
Now, Monica Reza, materials engineer at NASA who co-patented Mondaloy, a high-strength nickel superalloy used in rocket engines, she mysteriously disappeared on June 22nd, 2025 during a hike in the Angeles National Forest.
She was hiking with a group of people, not alone, vanishes. She was some 30 feet away from her companions, and then she's just gone. And they've found no sign of her whatsoever.
Her hiking companions reported she was roughly 30 feet behind them, smiling and waving, but mysteriously vanished when they turned back to look to check on her.
Vanishes into thin air. There's very little known about this search, but what I could find was that they had a canine dog. They were sniffing around. They found a hat. Her scent stopped at this hat.
Just gone. They found
dog. Do y'all think aliens are like taking these people? It sounds crazy, right? But where the fuck are they at? They're not finding these people's body. How the fuck are you on a trail with multiple people 30 feet behind? 30 feet. 30 feet. And then all of a sudden you just vanished. What? You went like all of a sudden you're just gone. 30 feet, y'all. That's crazy.
Her hat somewhere, and that's it. They were hiking, walking, they look for her. They're like, oh, she's back there. Hi, I'm here. Couple minutes later, they look back. She's not there. Vanished. Completely gone off of the face of the earth. It's possible she just decided to leave her current life behind and live a completely new life somewhere else. However, if she wanted to do that, why would she do that when she's hiking with her friends? A person is more likely to do that when they're alone and they're not likely to get caught. Like, hey, Monica, where are you going? Oh, well, I'm going to leave my life behind. I'm going to see you guys never. I don't want to ever talk to you guys again. And I want to live my life in Indonesia, for example. That doesn't make any sense. It's possible she was taken by a wild animal, like a mountain lion or...
No, you would hear something. 30 feet, bro. It's not like this bitch is 500 yards away. Like, you would hear something if it was an animal. Hell, she didn't say like, she didn't scream, she didn't yell. How are you hiking with a bunch of people and then you just, and nobody can find no trail of you? Nothing. How? Somebody gotta explain this, man. Do y'all think what them aliens be doing on a goddamn spaceships when the little light come down and it pull you up? The motherfucking aliens that came and snatched her up on the trail.
Bear, but you would actually hear the bear or mountain lion. It would typically not be a very quiet situation if a wild animal swooped in and taking Monica as prey. Therefore, it seems rare, but it could be that she was taken against her will. Is it possible Monica got lost in the woods and never seen again? Yeah, it's possible, but this was just a little hiking trail they were on. This was not in the backcountry where there wasn't any trails.
In the case of Monica Reza, the experienced hiker went missing during a hike last year here in Southern California. She had worked with General William McCaslin, a so-called UFO gatekeeper who also went missing just 2 months ago.
Reza's research in materials science was funded by the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Base in Ohio, which is long rumored to hold extraterrestrial debris. The Air Force Research Lab was headed up by retired Air Force General William McCaslin, who also has shockingly gone missing.
Now, Stephen Garcia, 48, was a government contractor at the Kansas City National Security Campus, which produces non-nuclear components for the U.S. nuclear arsenal.
He had top security clearance at KCNSC out of New Mexico. He was in charge of all of the classified equipment and assets.
He was oddly last seen leaving his Albuquerque, New Mexico home on foot on August 28th, 2025. He left his phone, wallet, and car, but was seen on surveillance footage carrying a handgun. Very confusing. Here's the thing. Yes, sadly, some people decide to end it for themselves. However, they're usually found, especially if you're just walking on foot without a phone or a wallet. You're not going to make it very far. Therefore, since Stephen hasn't been found yet, it appears he may have met up with somebody. But the question is, who? We're going to be discussing who Stephen and
why did he need a handgun? Why did he walk with the handgun in his hand? If you walking with a gun in your hand, that means, nigga, you're protecting yourself. Are you about to use it or something? Like, you're not just walking with a gun in your hand just on some chill shit. Nigga, you know what you about to do and it ain't far. Nigga, I'm finna walk over here and shoot this nigga or I'm finna go over here and shoot myself. But this shit just gotta, I don't know. Keep watching.
Possibly others here have met up with. Now, Melissa Casillas, 53, an administrative worker at Los Alamos National Laboratory, who also has a security clearance, disappeared on June 26, 2025, after dropping lunch off for her daughter.
Casillas, age 54, was last seen on camera walking alone on a highway, also without her wallet, phone, or keys, after telling family members she would be working from home.
She was last seen on surveillance footage walking briskly along State Road 518. Now, if that's all not creepy yet, listen to this. Her personal and work phones were found at home, both wiped to factory settings. Now, Anthony.
What? Both of her phones wiped with a master reset? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Who does that? Who master resets both of their phones? This is interesting. This is some shit right here, y'all.
Chavez, 79, a former employee at Los Alamos National Laboratory, vanished on May 4th, 2025, after leaving his home in Los Alamos on foot. Like the others, he mysteriously left his car, keys, phone, wallet, all at home. Those were the missing cases, and now we also have the ones that were confirmed deceased.
Renowned astrophysicist Carl Grillmeyer, who worked on NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, was suddenly and shockingly shot dead on the porch of his home in California.
Carl Grillmeyer, 67, a Caltech astrophysicist who was known for his work on dark matter and galactic structures, was fatally shot outside his home in California.
Look at this house, though. There's nobody else around. It's only his house. It's only his house, y'all. So for somebody to mysteriously come up and shoot you, like, look at this. Who the fuck is living next door? Nobody. Who's over here? Nobody. Who's back here? Nobody. So you would have to walk this dirt road or drive this dirt road, come all the way down, come in here, and mysteriously shoot this nigga on the porch. Come on, y'all. I need to know in the chat what y'all think is going on. What do y'all think is going on? What are y'all picking up on, and what are y'all picking up and picking up and putting down right now? Because we need to know. I saw somebody say CIA. Wiping niggas clean. They wiping niggas clean. Wiping 2 phones to master reset, and they're walking. The lady's got a backpack, though. So I'm leaving my phones here, but I'm taking, that's the part that keep getting me. I'm taking a full backpack. So obviously my plan is to go somewhere and get away, because it ain't like I'm just going with nothing. I got a backpack full of something. What's in that backpack?
On February 16th, 2026. It was a very odd situation where this guy trespassed onto his property with a gun. Carl calls the police, has him arrested. Then this guy is released, comes back to Carl's house, and then shoots him dead. It's extremely odd. Is it or is it not related to all these other cases? We don't really know, but it's such an odd circumstance.
I'm Nuno Loureiro. I'm a professor at MIT.
Now, Nuno Loureiro, 47, a nuclear physicist and director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center, was sadly shot dead in his home in Brookline, Massachusetts on December 15th, 2025. Authorities link the killing
All these niggas just being shot
to a suspect who committed a separate shooting at Brown University before ending himself. This one may or may not be connected to the others, but nevertheless, it's quite mysterious that these high-ranking scientists are sadly dying in very odd, mysterious ways. Now, Jason Thomas, 45, a pharmaceutical scientist and associate director at Novartis, reported missing in December 2025 after leaving his home late at night. His body was recovered 3 months later from a lake in Massachusetts after the ice thawed.
What? These niggas. Damn. Their body found 3 months later?
The Institute for one reason, as a public-facing persona, to disclose anti-gravity technology through.
Now, Emily Eskridge, just 34 years old, was a Huntsville, Alabama-based researcher of anti-gravity and experimental propulsion technology.
Eskridge also revealed that she had been receiving threats and that she had plans to disclose information about UFOs and extraterrestrials to the public.
Everybody got something to do with aliens. And what was you finna expose? What? We will never know. That's why I had to get rid of your ass. Why when people say I'm about to expose? Just do it. I'm about to expose, and then you get killed. Boom. Swamp stories. I'm about to expose. Just do it. What are y'all hiding with these aliens, man? Because y'all been doing a great job hiding this shit for fucking decades, nigga. What are y'all hiding with these aliens? What do y'all think they're hiding with these aliens? See, my thing is this. Everybody, that's why I said in the beginning, I don't think aliens are these green, slimy, funny head, long fingers. You know what I mean? I think aliens other life forms look just like us. I think they're walking amongst us. I think we got some aliens in the chat. They're right here. And the people are going to tell because they're back there with the aliens working. NASA, they're working. These scientists are working with the aliens and they're creating things together. I don't know. That's my theory. But don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. What do I know? The aliens are amongst us.
Was found dead in 2022 from a gunshot wound that was ruled that she did it herself.
If you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices if your head gets chopped off.
However, oddly, right before her death, she warned everyone that her life was in danger and that she was being targeted.
Just before her death, Amy Eskridge had announced plans to present her groundbreaking work with anti-gravity technology. She had expressed that her life was in danger at the time. Eskridge worked closely with her father. And according to NASA, Richard Eskridge is a retired engineer whose many projects included novel work on a system to propel a spacecraft with high-speed plasmoids.
Now, Frank Mywald, 61 years old, was a principal researcher at NASA. He died on July 4th, 2024 in Los Angeles.
Frank Maywald, he was a NASA JPL scientist. He was a principal researcher at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab. And so he was...
What if? Now, this is crazy. What if people from the Taser gang mysteriously start going missing? Oh, my God. What if next stream there's like no Spider-Man? And then no Lady N. And then Danny F mysteriously goes missing. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, y'all ain't gonna take it serious till it's us. See, y'all look at this shit, y'all like, what the fuck is these people talking about, man? When it start happening to the Taser gang and we start mysteriously missing this shit, y'all gonna take this shit serious. The aliens are walking amongst us, y'all. They're right here next to us, man.
was trying to detect signs of human life on other planets.
No cause of...
Nigga said I wouldn't even trip. Hey, right now, by show of hands, if Spider-Man mysteriously went missing, put hands in the chat if you wouldn't care. Put hands in the chat. Hands in the chat if you wouldn't care. Let's see who would care if Spider-Man went missing. Hey, Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man. Keep watching the show, man.
Death was publicly disclosed and reports indicate no autopsy was performed.
Oh, no. The goddamn aliens came and got Havoc. Where's Havoc at? Havoc. You know what's crazy? Havoc has been missing for like damn near a year. Nobody has cared. That's fucked up.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Where is Havoc? They came in. The same people that came and got these scientists came and got Havoc, bro. As soon as we started promoting that nigga and he started blowing up, as soon as he started coming on the show, next thing you know, he's nowhere to be found. Once he announced he had new shoes, he announced his new shoes. And then somebody, Swamp Stories, they got rid of him.
Now, Michael Hicks, 59, was a NASA researcher who worked on the double asteroid redirection test, which was designed to test planetary defense. Michael sadly died on July 30th, 2023. And similar to Mywald, no official cause of death has been released to the public.
3 other scientists with ties to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, or JPL, have either gone missing or died over the past few years.
After going through all the circumstances of these missing scientists and deaths of these scientists, what do you notice? The deaths could be nefarious, but we just don't have a lot of information. Right. However, the missing scientists seem to have a very strong correlation with their circumstances of how they became missing.
Monica Reza, you've got Anthony Chavez, you got Melissa Cassius, and you have Stephen Garcia, all of which, along with General McCaslin, walked out of their homes, or in the case of Mrs. Reza, she disappeared on a hike without their phones. They just literally disappeared, left all of their devices at home. This is not normal. These are some of the most advanced scientists, researchers in our nation, some of the most important people for a nation's national security efforts, and they all just mysteriously disappeared.
And just because they put the photos out of the lady walking past and saying it's her, hey, that might be some fake photos. That could be some fake shit they selling us right now. I feel like they wiping these people out, but why? What information? Are they all going to be whistleblowers and you know they're going to tell something? All these scientists was going to come out and tell something like, hey, or what if they was going to warn us that something is coming? What if? What if something is coming? Like, we got to let the people know. No, you can't let them know. You can't let them know. What do y'all think is coming that they're trying to hide?
What we're noticing, especially with these missing scientists, is that they are leaving on their own. They're leaving on foot, no tracking device, and many times they're seen with a gun. What it appears they want you to believe is that they left somewhere to not be found and just end it themselves. However, that doesn't seem to be the case.
This is too coincidental.
Yes, their remains aren't being found at all in these situations, and also this type of behavior is becoming oddly very patterned and very, very common among these missing.
Oh, shit. I think it said Iceman is coming May 15th. They was trying to warn us that Iceman is coming. Iceman, May 15th. That's funny.
Scientists. Therefore, this seems to indicate that there is a common force involved here. Therefore, it appears they're being taken by foreign intelligence services. I want to be clear, taken and not kidnapped. It's because taken is more broad and we don't really know the entire circumstances of how they're being taken. It's not very hard to figure out that this is likely foreign intelligence because the United States does very similar things abroad with the CIA. Naturally, a lot of people have the false idea that working at the CIA is like being James Bond.
The hell do you want? I don't need a goddamn wheelchair.
No? You do now.
However, it's not nearly that cool. A lot of what CIA officers do, those are the CIA employees, what they do abroad is actually recruit foreign agents. And do you know what these foreign agents give the CIA? Yes, it's many times very secretive, classified information from all these other countries. For example, a CIA officer may recruit a Russian scientist who's working on Russian missile technology. The Russian scientist gives the United States some secretive information about what they're doing and working on with all their missile technology. In return, gives this Russian scientist millions of dollars. However, there usually comes a time when that Russian agent realizes that people are starting to kind of catch on that he seems to have a little extra money than he used to have. Where is he getting all this money? He's acting a little more suspicious at work, asking about all these other projects that the Russian government is involved in. He may not be passing the polygraph test that the Russian government gives all their employees. So that Russian scientist quickly realizes that it's time to get the heck out of Russia before something really bad happens to him and his family. So what happens is that Russian scientist, who's acting as a Russian agent for the United States, he tells the CIA officer that things don't look very good and that—
Who do y'all think is going to be the next person to go missing, man? Who do y'all think? Havoc has gone missing. Everybody else has gone missing. Who's next? Chuckles. Chuckles. Where is Chuck? I think Chuckles is going to be the next person. I'm calling it now. He's being exploited right now for content. He's going to be exploited till he can't be exploited no more for content. And then he will be just a memory, like these scientists, man. You know what? We need to make a timeline. Like, we should make a timeline of everybody who's missing, who's went missing. Where was the date? That shit would be funny. That shit would be funny. Damn.
He needs to get out of the country. The CIA officer then arranges for that Russian foreign agent and his whole family to leave Russia. And sometimes when that foreign agent leaves the country, they're gonna ask, well, could I work for your country?
All right, I'm getting out of here, man. I'm getting out of here, man. I started making that shit too. I started taking that shit. I started clowning too much, man. I was like, I can't take this shit serious right now.